We've been talking about innovation. We've been talking about policies that make things happen. We've been talking about different interventions into the sector. But this session now looks at the real things, right? We're looking at the innovation that has been done, that has been created. We are also looking at awarding the guys who've been doing amazing stuff in this space. So we have 13 awardees today in different sectors: agriculture, health, education, all that. And these are guys who've really, they put their foot forward and they developed some amazing applications which are making an impact.
Let me take just a minute to introduce the audience to Microsoft for Africa. It's an initiative that's been created by Microsoft to serve the African continent almost 2.5 years back. And the main pillars of Microsoft for Africa is to connect land connectivity initiatives across the board on the continent, build, which is building solutions and applications that are of relevance to the African continent, built by Africans to serve Africans, and the skills pillar, which is capacity building and training across the board, whether we're speaking about the government sector or the business sector or education. Innovation for Gov, when we thought of designing a program that serves both the government as well as the partner ecosystem in Africa, this was the context against which Innovation for Gov was built. Government is probably and is truly the largest single procurer of services and goods in any economy. So the sheer size of government demand was the force behind when we thought of designing this program. The other element we thought of when designing this program is the partner ecosystem in Africa and the ability of the private sector to innovate around government demand. So we designed the program to put together demand for innovation in the government space and the supply of innovation in the partner ecosystem, driven by emerging technologies precisely in the cloud and mobility spaces. The program was launched, it was launched live last October, and we launched our first call for innovations. It was country agnostic, so we issued the call for innovations to all partners in all African countries. And the whole notion of the program is that built around the demand to modernize government services and innovate around it, the partners were submitting solutions that cater to such demand. There was a selection committee put in place, and judging by industry standards, the supply of innovative solutions or the supply response from partners across the board, as you see on the screens from African countries, was relatively high. We had a tough time actually narrowing down the selection process, and we ended up with deciding on 8 solution areas that we believed that the partners are positioning very innovative ideas around how government services can be delivered at a very relatively more expedient way and to a more cost-effective way. And at the same time, it tallies well with the vision of the concerned government in terms of modernizing service delivery. We're very proud to have here today 2 of the partners from Kenya who won awards, Innovation Grant Awards, and they will be presenting their solutions. I just want to end my presentation saying that the program is live. We are encouraging all partners from Kenya and from outside of Kenya to apply to the Innovation Grant Awards. And I am really aspiring that Microsoft will be here on the stage next year with a customized version of Innovation for Gov, customized to the needs of the government of Kenya, and that we will have as many partners from Kenya present with us to celebrate their Innovation Grant Awards and actually the landing and the implementation of their solutions in the context of government. One last word is that we are supporting the scaling of the solutions beyond the context of the country concerned. So also the program targets the export of IT services beyond the headquarters where the partner is residing.
Kindly allow me to introduce the judges. I was the chair of the panel of judges, so let me start introducing the judges. We have Anne Mwingari. Anne, can you please stand up? She's the UX lead at Equity Bank. We have Kennedy Kachwanga, the chair of Bloggers Association of Kenya, BEC. We have Paul Shikala, a board member of Nairobi Bits. We have Mr. Samuel Kiptorus, is the chief economist, Ministry of ICT. And finally, but not least, we have Somet Kipchilet, is the innovation lead at Microsoft. So briefly, we had 234 entries for this year, and we had a finalist of 66. So we were locked up at Teleposta for 2 days, trying to sort out the 66 successful bids. Like the past year, we've been riding on the same theme of our National Economic Blueprint Vision 2030. We had 13 pillars and converted that to 13 categories. So the key focus was still the same, like last year: innovation, impact, and usability. The exciting thing, which was different, we had a new category this year, and we are happy that the counties are also participating. So we have a new categories for national counties. So out of that, we had 4 successful bids, and we're also going to announce the winner. And part of this detailed report, we've requested ICTA to share with the Council of Governors Summit in Meru in next month, so that the counties can also know how they performed and which areas they're lacking and how to pull up their socks. So just allow me to give a few comments from the judges. There were several good ideas, but some of them were badly executed due to weak communication mode, that is lack of website, false information. There were some unrealistic business turnover estimates. Then others were just basic failure to meet the basic requirements, like registered business name, domain name, and a website. And some companies didn't have a product that existed within 6 months, which was a basic requirement, and clear contact details, which is the physical and postal address. Finally, we need, the judges felt there was need for ICTA to review the questionnaire, which we forwarded the information to COBIA. And we also want to give a challenge to both the national and the county governments to really give these winners, selected winners, a real opportunity to do business. Otherwise, we'll just be talking about innovation. But if we don't give these young people an opportunity and real business to make money, then it will just be a pipe dream. So finally, I want to make special thanks to Kobia for her guidance. She's been there with us, and she did a good job. Also, I need to recognize and thank Robert Mugo and Eunice for their full support and encouragement. Thank you.
I want to talk to you about some of the challenges that are faced by various national government as well as county government officials when it comes to collaborating within cabinet sessions, and what are some of the challenges that they face on a day-to-day basis. So one of the first things is collaboration on papers and other documents. So today you find in most scenarios, whenever a cabinet comes into a session to sort of discuss various issues when it comes to cabinet papers, the feedback that they get, it's largely a scenario of sort of manual-based processes where you have to print large stacks of cabinet papers for review, and consolidation of that feedback is a very difficult process. Yeah. The other aspect that we've, in line with our government automation strategy that we have identified as a challenge, is printing of large documents of paper. So you see, when it comes to security, you pose a big threat in terms of people losing documents or matters of cabinet falling into the wrong hands. So document storage and security is a challenge as well. So how many of us have attended a great meeting, but 2 weeks down the line, it's not really very sure who's held responsible for certain action items and tasks? Haven't we all sort of gone through this experience? So it's the same thing currently today as well, where managing of the responsible action items post a certain meeting is a bit of a challenge. So delayed submissions, talks about the discipline in terms of ensuring that, certain documents like cabinet papers, various other action items are actually submitted on time. Yeah, so that is currently a manual process. So you can imagine the process that goes into that, and the effort it goes into making sure the documents are actually submitted on time. So I've picked up, a few important challenges that we discovered while developing this solution, and the solution that we've actually developed that addresses some of these challenges is called eCabinet, the TechnoBrain eCabinet solution that I'm going to talk to you about today. So on a very high level, the eCabinet solution essentially targets three aspects of cabinet sessions. It targets the pre-meeting collaboration. What are all the activities that happen before cabinet officials actually come and sit down and discuss various issues? It also targets, or rather provides, a solution to the agenda of the cabinet meeting in itself and the execution of the same, and also tracks a lot of activities in terms of post-meeting action items that happen as a follow-up to the meeting. So on a very high level, these are some of the solution benefits that it delivers. So through the solution, you can actually plan for your cabinet sessions in a much more organized way. You can send out electronic invites to all the cabinet officials, send them out very detailed agenda items so that when you actually execute the meeting, it's a lot more focused and a lot more planned. You also get some great functionality in terms of avoiding typical scenarios of printing documents. You can now submit papers online. Within a click of your button, you could be working on it from anywhere, and you can actually submit it from anywhere as well. So one of the other challenges is getting consensus on certain documents, such as cabinet papers. How do you make sure that the entire cabinet actually comes together to agree on a certain cabinet paper or any other document that it may be? So we have a functionality within the system that talks about, that delivers voting results in a much more easier way. So as I mentioned, the solution is actually based on the Microsoft SharePoint technology, and therefore we leverage quite a lot on what SharePoint delivers out of the box, and it delivers some great capabilities when it comes to document storage and management. So when you have a very organized cabinet meeting in terms of a very clear agenda, you obviously have shorter cabinet meetings and more sort of organized and more productive meetings. So this is something that the solution delivers. And like I mentioned, through the solution, you can actually have captured electronically various minutes of the meeting, so that it's it's stored in the most effective way, and it's also very retrievable, as well as tracking various action items. The solution also comes with dozens of inbuilt reports that tell you, what is the status of a cabinet paper at any one point in time, what is the status, what has the consensus been reached, and various other things when it comes to reporting. So just to give you a sort of a look and feel of the solution, I've put up some screenshots of the solution. So what you're looking at is actually the home screen. Like I mentioned, it's built on the SharePoint technology, and therefore, it's very easy to use. And that's basically what the value proposition of Microsoft is in terms of the look and feel and the adaptability of solutions. So as you can see, from a single view, you actually get access to a lot of information. You can get a view into all your cabinet papers, look at the agenda, look at some of the pending tasks that you have, and a lot more. So I'm specifically talking to officials at a national government and a county government level. So I think you'll be pretty pleased to see this, where you no longer have to, print documents and hand it over to each official. We worked with various governments and counties in Kenya and outside of Kenya, and they have very typical scenarios where, we worked with one government in Swaziland, where in a particular session, they would actually print close to 40 copies of the same document and hand it over to each official in a cabinet session. And you can imagine the challenges with that kind of a process. So what the system delivers is is an online paper submission. So within the comfort of wherever you are physically, you can actually submit papers online. And the same paper actually follows a workflow process. So you don't need to no longer type or edit paper documents. You can actually just go online, review the paper, and give your feedback, consolidate the feedback, and also approve or reject the paper. So obviously, like I mentioned, you get a good background into all the cabinet papers that have been submitted, what the status is, who's reviewed it, and lots of other features that I will not go at this point. So one of the things I mentioned in terms of better session planning, the solution allows you to create a very detailed agenda of the items that are going to be discussed during the cabinet session or the cabinet meeting, in terms of all the cabinet papers that are going to be discussed, the agenda in terms of the reviews and approvals and the feedback that's to be given, and various other things can be configured within the system. One of the other beautiful things is, as I mentioned, you actually can record all the minutes of the meeting through this online platform. So you avoid, you reduce a lot of paper costs and the normal challenges that come with paper. So you can easily be able to tell who attended the meeting, who didn't attend, what the agenda was, what are some of the action items. So you can actually capture all the minutes of the meeting electronically. So at the same time, you can easily create various action items that are a result of the cabinet meeting itself. Therefore, you hold the officials or the members of the meeting in terms of what action items they need to be followed up on. So you can actually select very easily the users who are supposed to do the activity, put a date around it, and track that for accountability purposes. And like I mentioned, the system also comes with great document management capabilities in terms of storage and accessibility. On a high level, this is what the solution delivers. You get to access or store your documents very safely. You can be rest assured that all the documents that are pertaining to cabinet meetings and business of cabinet do not go into the wrong hands. You improve collaboration efforts quite significantly in terms of how you discuss your meetings, how you post your feedback on various documents and various issues about the cabinet. So that makes it a whole lot easier. And you also get quicker cabinet paper approvals. It significantly reduces paper costs that we have experienced with various counties and governments that we have worked with outside of Kenya as well. You'll be able to track post-meeting action items. And the beautiful thing about this solution is, having worked with a Microsoft technology, the solution is actually on a hosted platform. Meaning wherever you are in the world physically, it doesn't matter. As long as you have an internet connection, you can actually work on the solution wherever you are. So it promotes sort of an anywhere access.
2.3 million shillings, and we lose about 3 billion shillings every year as a nation, going to go students. I Choose Live Africa works in 4 sectors. We work in health, education, economic empowerment, and leadership and governance. We are a governmental organization. We reach about 1 million young people every year with different innovations, and we are in 23 counties. So as we are working in these different sectors, there's a development approach that we call the quadrohelix. And quadrohelix is where we work in a system, like a sub-county system or a county system, or even a national government, but we bring in together the different actors. We bring together the government, the civil society, the business sector, and the academia to work on focused problem solving and resolution. This actually approaches in other countries like Sweden. It's called the triple helix, and it's a development approach that it's used quite successfully. As a matter of fact, we bid for international conference to take place. They have it every year. This year they will have an international conference on the triple helix in Heidelberg in Germany. And next year, we actually won the bid. It will be here in Kenya at Safari Park and be hosting it. So all of you are invited to that conference. Now, in the process of coming up with innovation in education, we developed the BioSim solution. Now, the BioSim, again, targeting to influence reduction in wastage in the education sector, is where we have, just imagine, on a dashboard, the principal can have the total number of students that are in class, that were supposed to be in class, that are absent, that also are late. At the same time, a parent gets a text message to tell them that their child is in school. At the same time, the governor on a tablet can be able to tell the number of students in the education sector, the ones who are in school, the ones who missed. But also, the CES, Matiangi, can also be able to tell on a real-time situation how many kids are in the education system, and also the ones that are late for whatever reason. That is the solution we've just developed. We're also using it in the health sector, where we are moving data. It takes now, normally it takes about 45 days to move data from household to national level, but now we'll be doing it in a day. But actually we can do it in seconds if we remove the validation process. So that's what we're going to show you just now, a demo by Vincent, who is one of the key innovators and brains behind it. Come on, Victor. Vincent.
So as Mike said, we are losing almost 3 billion shillings annually because of 2 million ghost students. How is this happening? Because of manual systems. All of you guys know here that when manual systems are involved, it opens up gaps for people to actually manipulate the data. So we want to move manual systems from manual to digital to account for every child enrolled in a school, in a county, and nationally. As Mike pointed out, money is disbursed to these principals, and because of the manual systems, of course, people are manipulating this data and making sure that most of that money is kept by themselves. So how do you do this? You introduce electronic systems, but to even cap it more, you introduce a biometric element to the whole thing so that it becomes now even virtually impossible for somebody to manipulate this data. What we're using is actually very simple tools, a smartphone and an iris camera. As you notice, an iris is also a unique identifier. Each one of you has obviously an iris. You can use fingerprints, facial, but obviously iris is more stable than the other biometric features that I've just mentioned. And why? Because it's non-contact and it's formed at 18 months, unlike fingerprints, which is 12 years old. As you all guys know, government was giving ID cards to kids from 12 years old, but iris is actually formed at 18 and stabilizes at 18 months until you die. So how does it work? The app is simple. I think you can see it on the screen. You just enter there, and is it showing? Could you guys see the app? Oh, okay, good. So the modules are there. You can enroll students, teachers, staff, visitors who come to the school. Because as you guys know, every time you go to a school, guys sign up with you actually write your name and number. Many times I've written my name as Vince and my ID number 007 James Bond. These guys do not even check anything. So good luck in the event of an emergency, law enforcement having any chance of launching any investigation. What happened in Garissa is a tragedy because parents are calling the school asking, can we account for our kids? Guess what the school says? You know, we have 800 students, but we don't know where they are. Can you imagine a parent being told that? I mean, these guys have entrusted them with the safe care of your kids. The least they can do is account for your children and tell you exactly where Vince is, where Mike is, where Harry is. Was he even in school at the time of the event? That's what parents want to hear. The only way you can do that is biometrics, because as you all know, everybody here has gone to uni. You have people sign for you, right? It's okay. We're not going to report you guys, but you have people sign for you that you're present. That happens everywhere. But you can be in the dorm sleeping, you can be somewhere else playing pool, whatever. So in the event of an emergency, we can't have an account of the exact people who are in that compound at the time of the emergency. So biometric eliminates that. So I cannot sign for Mike, I can't sign for Harry, I can't sign for anybody. I have to be present. And this is what is happening in the schools now. So for me, like for instance, I'm already enrolled. You can see like if somebody tries to enroll me again, just quick, can you see that? Yeah, there you go. So it says the person is already in the system. So as much as you try to increase that number of your school, you can't, because those numbers of enrolled students is what's going to be submitted to the government. So government will use the exact number to now send you the bursaries of what has been enrolled in the system. And Mike pointed out at the dashboard, the CS of education can actually see the exact number of each child per class, per school, per county, and nationally. So already we've eliminated the elements. So if you guys want to see a demo, I can really quickly demonstrate how enrollment is done. It's actually very easy. Most of you have used a mobile phone, you know, WhatsApping and all that thing. It actually is very, very easy tool. But I need somebody with good eyes, beautiful eyes, so that I don't waste time trying to, because I don't have time. Not that bad eyes cannot be enrolled, but for the issue of time, I just need somebody with beautiful eyes to do it. So somebody with eyes, come on, good eyes, come on, quick, 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 let's go, let's go. Ah, come on, I need to show these guys how it works. I may see your eyes, okay. Oh, it's you. It's your eyes. Oh, good, 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 good. All right. All right, and I need somebody to be his dad, his mom. Who's gonna be his dad, his mom? Harry will be his dad? Okay. So this is how you register students. So dad, what's your number, dad?
No, let's have Kunle. Okay, let's have Kunle as a father. He looks fatherly. Okay.
Kunle, this is your son. What's your number, sir? 07? No, your dad's number, not yours. 0722 201 255. 2, like that. So we give him an admission number, and then we get his name. What's your name?
Leonard Wakori. How are you, my son?
Leonard. So Leonard Wakoli. So you get that, then you get his gender, his male, obviously. Date of birth, I give him 2000. He's a young boy, good boy. And maybe he's in baby class. And then I just take his photo real quick. Okay. Okay, so we have that. And then you just make sure that all the data is correct. So 0722 201255, dad? Yes. Okay. And then the admission number, then his name, gender, male, everything seems to be in order. Then you take his iris. Now, the enrollment is the most important part. Obviously, it has to be done in a controlled way. So because during enrollment, you make sure that, so open your eyes real wide, so really wide. Wider, wider, wider. No, you see, this boy has closed his eyes. I just need to open your eye a bit wider. Yeah, like that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So you get his first eye. You can see in the system. So let's take it initialize, and then you take the other eye. Remember, no two eyes are the same even on the same person. Your eyes are different. Iris are one of the most unique biometric features that we have. And then so you check, so you have the student's profile, and then you just save it. It gives you student information saved successfully. So this information is pushed to the Azure cloud, and the reason why it has allowed us to go deep into the remote schools, because obviously these schools do not have the capacity to have physical servers. So in class, Leonard, if he's run away from he's going to the farm instead of going to the school, the teacher doing the enrollment just stay from home to school. So all kids who are in school now can just be done, and this is very quick now.
Let the dad get the telephone so that...
So you just do a quick roll call for him, and you know his eyes doesn't have to be wide at this moment, because only during enrollment, sorry. Let's do up a bit wider. Yeah. And there you go. So that's Leonard. He's been authenticated by the system, and we'll see if the dad will get a text message of his attendance. Please confirm that your boy is in class.
You guys see?
Either if Leonard is late or absent or does not shown up in school.
Oh, let the dad read it.
So dad, please confirm your son is in class.
Hello, Leonard has checked into Big Net School on 2016, March 22nd.
Thank you.
11:39 a.m.
Yeah, so if you passed some farm somewhere, then you'd know you cane him for going somewhere. But basically, that's what the BioSim does. And above all this, we are talking about child security, not just education, because as we know, children do not carry any form of documentation. So another functionality of the BioSIM is that it's able to, if a child missed classes for more than 14 days straight, it can generate that information, take it to the Interior Ministry and Ministry of Education, then push it to the local chiefs. The local chiefs have to go to that house and account for Leonard. They have to ask the parents, where is Leonard? Has Leonard been sold? Has he been trafficked? Is he being abused? So we need to account for our kids. For the first time ever in Africa, we have a chance to let kids be kids through BioSIM. Thank you.
So in conclusion, with BioSIM, we are able to tell the number of kids in school. You can be able to look at, if you're the principal, you can be able to have information for decision making. It tells you how many kids, for example, in a week. You can be able to look at the kids that are in school throughout that week, the days that were missing, to be able to make decisions. You can look at patterns in terms of the different months, what are the attendance patterns. Sometimes you find kids go away during the market days and so forth. Also, there's a teacher management system where you're able to tell the teachers who are in school, the ones that were able to attend and so forth.
This award is a solution, or is given to a solution. This is the education category. It's a solution that allows teachers and guardians to track their students' performance, help in schools accounting, school fees receipting, with an audit trail for auditors. So the runners-up for the education category in the Microsoft Innovation Awards for 2016 is Shule Pro. The winner of the education category of this year's Microsoft Innovation Awards is School. We're moving now to financial services. And the application helps both local and diaspora Kenyans access financial investments such as stocks, bonds, unit trust via web and mobile. This application was launched in 2015 and was built to make it easy to invest and manage investments. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the financial category of the Microsoft Innovation Awards 2016 is Abacus.
So we've been working with Microsoft for the last 2 or 3 years. We're on the BizPack program, so that they've provided us with a lot of services for free, which has been fantastic, especially as a startup. Our entire infrastructure is built on the Microsoft cloud. For this particular competition, we had somebody reach out and say, we think you guys would be really good for this. Why don't you apply for the Innovation Awards? And we applied. We put in all our details, and it turns out we won the financial services category, which has been fantastic, and it's really good, to get that kind of validation that what we're working on is actually something significant.
Ladies and gentlemen, the runners-up for this category is County Pro. Agriculture. The winner of this category has created a smartphone-based solution that helps farmers understand how much they have invested in their farm and how much they make at the end of the season. And the winner of this category is Farmis by Sokopepe. The next category is environment. This company has created a solution that replaces active air conditioners, which use a lot of electricity. The winner of the Microsoft Innovation Awards Environmental Management category is New Age. The next category is gender, youth, and vulnerable groups. The winner of this category has been empowering marginalized youth living in urban and non-formal settlements, and has been able to transform the lives of over 7,000 youth. The organization provides youth with training in ICT, multimedia, entrepreneurship, in order to give young people a chance in formal employment. The winner of the Microsoft Innovation Awards Gender, Youth, and Vulnerable Groups category is Narrowbits.
The drive that made us do or apply for the competition is we are also in the ICT space. It can be maybe through changing lives, but somehow we do train in an innovative way. The way we recruit our youth, we don't work with individuals, but we target the community, and also how we link them to employment. And it's not all about ICT, but we try and mold them wholly, like train them on reproductive health, look at the challenges that they face every day to make them fit into the job market. So that is the drive that we had. I was happy to know that sometimes you really work, you run, but you don't realize the impact that you make until someone else stops you and reminds you what you're doing is great and there's an impact to it.
There's more to Kenya in tourism than just the Mara and Mount Kenya. The winner in this category has developed an online travel guide and website that enables travelers to choose from a wide selection of destinations. The winner of the Microsoft Innovation Award Tourism category is Enchanted Landscapes. Water and sanitation, that's a category. The winner in this category has developed a mobile field solution that allows people in informal settlements to read and pay for water and sewerage on a daily consumption basis. They call it the Kadogo economy. And you use a very simple mobile phone. The winner of the Microsoft Innovation Award Water and Sanitation category is Nairobi City Water. This county built a system that helps the county maximize on collection of revenue and managing the collections. The solution also assists the revenue projection and keep track of the daily collections on all revenue sources. The winner of this, that's the runners-up. The runners-up of this award is the county of Kirinyaga. Photo op. This county built an emergency call center system that gives respondents the ability to track the emergency fleets online and dispatch the nearest available ambulance from the incident in order to save time. The tracking helps to make sure that the ambulance attends to the victims, and since its inception in 2014, the system has served more than 17,000 citizens in distress. This is really, really cool. The winner of the Microsoft Innovation Awards County Initiatives category is Machakos County. The award is on IT services, and the winners of this award developed an antivirus. So Kaspersky, semantic competition is coming. It provides data protection to PCs, PC users with a unique ability to allowing USB data recovery and immunization. The winner of this award is Bunifu Technologies.
Well, it was a great experience for us. It's the first time participating in the awards, and we are pleased that we won. And we are very happy, and we believe that it's the beginning of maybe greater things.
So this is the overall winner of the Microsoft Innovation Awards 2016. The government loses over 2.4 billion on fuel thefts and unauthorized mileage every year. The winners of this category enable government officers in charge of transport to effectively monitor work tickets, vehicle fueling processes, and fuel cards. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Microsoft Innovation Awards and the overall winner of the Microsoft Innovation Awards is Simple Trace Systems.
Okay, it was interesting. It was fairly interesting getting to know the large number of applicants who applied, and then coming up at the top of them. Okay, it was really great for me, and I'm hoping for the best. I was excited for winning this. It shows at least we're moving in the right direction, and we're implementing and making changes that have an impact in the daily operations of government, and trying to help in the little way that we can do.